Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, Destined Rivals. This is the set that feels like it's going to, main set, define 2025. We've of course had Prismatic Evolutions, which has been a phenomenal holiday set, but let's kick off with what seems to be, and what's touted to be, the best main set for 2025. Of course, we don't have all the cards out yet, but I thought we might take a look at what we have had a sneak preview at and what this could mean from an investing standpoint moving forward. Now, in case you don't know, Destined Rivals is due to come out on the 30th of May. It's made up of Heatwave, so 2 Japanese sets, Heatwave Arena and Glory of Team Rocket, plus some starter sets and decks. This will all be combined into Destined Rivals English, and it will have booster boxes. And it looks like, based on some of the pre-released images and graphics, that it's going to feature Team Rocket, maybe on some of the packs or maybe on the booster box artwork. How phenomenal will that be if it's featured on the booster box artwork? And that's one comment I have around Scarlet and Violet booster boxes. They're all so damn boring. Like there's just nothing to them. There's just white. You get obviously the little graphics down the bottom section of the booster box. Where's one to point out? Here's Stellar Crown, of course, Surging Sparks. Yeah, the graphics down the bottom of the booster box, but the rest is just white. And it's been that way since, well, Evolving Skies had some color, Chilling Rain had some color, Fusion Strike had some color. But then, Astral Radiant or Brilliant Stars onwards, we seem to miss out on any color on booster boxes anymore. I would love for Destined Rivals as well as Journey Together to bring back the color to booster boxes. It may seem like a very, very small thing, but to a collector down the track, it can be massive. It means that you get a better display piece with a nice bit of color on it. It's as simple as that. But let's take a look at some of the cards that are coming out for Destined Rivals. Now, some big hits so far. Let's take a look at a couple of special illustration rares. Ethan's Ho-Oh. It feels like Ho-Oh Mr. Trick or the Pokemon Company International Mr. Trick with Silver Tempest. It would have been so nice to have Lugia and Ho-Oh side by side as alternate art Pokemon cards during Silver Tempest. Now look, Silver Tempest has proven to be quite a successful set. It's got a really, really good trainer gallery inside there, and it's got a massive chase card in the Lugia alt art. But it's missing that extra chase card, isn't it? If it had Ho-Oh in there, it would have just topped the set off and made it an even stronger Pokemon card set than it already is. So, Ethan's Ho-Oh is good news. It's great to see Ho-Oh getting some love with a special illustration rare. Another one that's come out, special illustration rare wise, is Cynthia's Garchomp. Now this is a nice looking Pokemon card. What trainer gallery is the Garchomp in? Is it Astral Radiance? Pretty sure it is. Yeah. Misty, Starmie, Garchomp. And then of course we have the Garchomp from, is it in Paradox Rift? Anyway, Garchomp's been getting a bit of love and always feels to be or seems to be a successful Pokemon. So to have a special illustration rare version, particularly featuring Cynthia, is going to prove to be very, very strong. Now, onto a couple of illustration rares. The Rapidash, standalone, not a trainer-based Pokemon. The Rapidash is an illustration rare. That is a Gen 1 Pokemon, which is going to add some weight to the set. We've also got Cynthia's Roserade, and I actually like the artwork better on this one compared to Cynthia's Garchomp. I think it's a nicer looking Pokemon card. Marnie's Morpeko. Bring back that emo waifu from Sword and Shield era, hey? This will be a sought after Pokemon card, I reckon. But even more sought after Pokemon card will be this one, Misty's Psyduck. The internet sort of lit up when this card came out, and it's similar, or it's giving me those Astral Radiance trainer gallery vibes with Starmie. How we've got Misty chilling in the pool with Starmie, but an even more popular Pokemon, in my opinion, is Psyduck. Psyduck from 151 is proving to be a big hit, and this will be a massive hit. This will be a big chase card for a lot of people. Misty is that fan favorite waifu from Generation 1, of course, coupled with Psyduck, which is just that quirky, geeky, somewhat silly duck inside there that people just seem to love. It's a really cool Pokemon card. I think that one will go absolutely gangbusters. Now, another one in there, Ethan's Typhlosion. And here's another trick I think the Pokemon Company missed is during Astral Radiance, Typhlosion, the Hisuian version, seemed to be sort of the star of the show. But again, it missed out on an alternate art. Machamp was the main chase card with an alternate art. Why not give Typhlosion an alternate artwork during Astral Radiance? However, it's sort of redeeming itself because I really, really like the artwork on this card. Ethan's Typhlosion, I think, will be a strong chase card inside the set. One thing that it looks like we're going to miss out on again, and they're doing my man dirty, Gyarados. This is the perfect opportunity. We do even have this card. There is a Misty's Gyarados as just a main set card. Where is the special illustration rare Gyarados? We could have had him in Paldea Evolved. In fact, we could have had, I keep saying him or her. We all know Pokemon can be multiple genders, but let's just refer to him as the time being. We could have had him in multiple Pokemon card sets during Sword and Shield era. It would have been an absolute banger to have it in Evolving Skies maybe. But it feels like we've missed a trick again. Like, give Gyarados some time. When's the last time we had a Gyarados chase card? It is such a fan favorite Gen 1 Pokemon, and this would have been such an amazing place to put him. Misty's Gyarados. Imagine Misty there, I don't know, maybe by the water, commanding Gyarados, and you see that big dragon effect coming out of the water. Don't know, there's so many ways you could have made a beautiful Pokemon card and a really strong special illustration rare chase card out of Gyarados. And again, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting one, so bit of a shame there, but from what we've seen from the set so far, this is going to be a phenomenal Pokemon card set. And what does it mean for prices and investing going into the future? Before we answer those two questions, I just wanted to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, which is of course the Collector app. I'll leave a link in the description of this video. Download it. If you do have it, please update it. If you don't have it, I urge you to download it. It's a phenomenal app. I've been using it for a while. It's a one-stop shop to store all your singles and all your sealed Pokemon card product. You can chase master sets. From an investing standpoint, it'll give you total value of your inventory, plus daily changes, quarterly changes, weekly changes. You can see the total percentage profit you've made from your investments. It's such an easy app to use as both a collector and an investor. So I'll leave a link in the description to download that one. So what does this mean? We all know, and what we can see so far, Journey Together, prices for that are just still insane. You hop on eBay, you hop on any sort of website here in Australia where, and I'm sure it's the same in the United States or Canada or the UK or Europe or New Zealand, wherever you might be living, you hop on any website and the pre-order prices are just astronomical. And look, I've touched on this before that I don't think, and look, maybe the distributors hold back a little bit of product, maybe but I don't think the Pokemon Company International is holding back product. I don't think they're short printing it for the sake of short printing it. That just doesn't make any sense. I think what we've got at the moment is just more people in the hobby than ever. So there's more card stores, so brick and mortar, there's more online stores, there's more rip and shippers that have access to distribution. And you've gone from maybe, let's just pluck a number out of the air, 10,000 people with access to distribution to maybe 20 or 30,000 people with access to distribution. So when you put in your numbers and say, I want this many booster boxes, well, it's got to get spread a little bit more thinly now because it's going across more and more people. It's going across more and more stores, more and more brick and mortars, more and more rip and shippers, and as a result, everyone's just getting a smaller slice of the pie. And then because there's so many people in the hobby, and again, this video is not about talking about how many people are coming into the hobby or what the reason behind it is, but there's so many reasons as to why, Pokemon TCG Pocket, just to name one, as to why so many more people are coming into the hobby right now. So everything product-wise is just spread more thin. And I've talked about this so much that I just don't think, I think it's a fallacy that they're slowing down printers for the sake of it, to build some sort of FOMO around it. I just don't think that's happening. I just don't think they can keep up with demand. And that's clearly proven by the number of Pokemon cards printed last year compared to 2023, compared to 2022, compared to 2021, compared to 2020. Year on year, we're just getting consecutive growth. And it's, it shouldn't be frowned upon. It should be almost thought of as a positive thing. How great is it that this business, this card business that we're in, with this collectible hobby that we're in, this investing hobby that we're in, is growing? You'd rather it be that way than the opposite, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you? You'd rather it be growing than shrinking. But what this means is, of course, the flip side to it is that product's incredibly expensive at the moment. Pre-ordering any booster box at the moment, including Journey Together, will be dear. And with Destined Rivals around the corner on the 30th of May, you can no doubt put your hat on it that it is going to be incredibly expensive to pre-order as well. My only advice to people is try and build a relationship with someone that can sell you Pokemon cards. And don't be greedy about it. Don't just go to them when you want the hot stuff. You know, the Prismatic Evolutions at retail price, the Surging Sparks at retail, the Journey Together, the Destined Rivals at retail. That relationship you build with someone, you got to buy everything off them. You got to buy off them when it's a harder time. You got to buy off them when it's a good time. You can't just pick and choose and be greedy and go, well, you know, I'll only buy the good sets at retail, but I don't want the bad stuff. You know, I can get that anywhere. That's not fair. That's called having your cake and eating it too. But that's my bit of advice. If you support someone or scratch someone's back, they're going to scratch yours back as well. And look, I try and, although I buy off eBay from time to time and other online stores if I see massive sales, I do try and support my local brick and mortar. And it's times when Journey Together comes out and Destined Rivals comes out, that relationship's there that I can knock on the door and go say good day and just say, hey, look, I'd love to grab a case of Destined Rivals. I know it's hot property, but you know, I've been buying X, Y, and Z off you off multiple years. I've been buying the hard stuff. You know, there we go. You know, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. That's probably the biggest bit of advice I can give you when it comes to trying to get some of this product at a decent price. No doubt, like I was saying, this is going to be astronomical prices. It's probably going to be more expensive than the Journey Together booster boxes. And look, what's going to stop this? I don't know. It seems like, you know, 30th anniversary is going to be just around the corner as well. We're leading up to some final Scarlet and Violet sets, and we can see this just gradual increase in the quality of chase cards, the quality of Pokemon card set throughout Scarlet and Violet. It just seems to be getting better and better. You know, much like Sword and Shield did. It just got, you know, it started off a bit slow and just got better. And it seems like Scarlet and Violet is following in the exact same vein. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz, and I'll catch everyone next time.